So in this video, we will learn how to add new Typeform entries to Airtable as records. Now suppose you have created a form using Typeform and you want whenever a user submits the form, you want to add that form submission data to your Airtable database to maintain the record. Now you can completely automate this process and the trigger of this automation will be form submission in Typeform. So as we receive a new form submission in Typeform, automatically the form submission details will be added in our Airtable database as a new record. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So first, we will go to our browser and search for pabbly.com/connect. And after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So I'll click on sign in and log into my own Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. And here we have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. Now after clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And in this dashboard, we just have to click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Typeform to Airtable. Typeform to Airtable. And let's click on create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first we have to get the details or the data of form submission, of receiving new form submission from Typeform in Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send that same form submission data or form submission response to Airtable to add the record. So first here in trigger window in choose app, we have to search for Typeform. Select Typeform. And after that, in trigger event from the drop down, select new entry. Now as we select new entry, we can see a connect button over here. So we have to connect our Typeform account with Pabbly Connect. Just click on this connect button and here in the connection window, select add new connection and click on connect with Typeform. Now we will see that because I have already logged into my Typeform account in my browser over here, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and asking me for the authorization permission. So we will scroll down and we will click on accept. And that's it guys. Now we can see that our Typeform account is now successfully got connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, we can see there's an option named as form. So here in the drop down below, we will see a list of all the forms which we have created in our Typeform account will be shown over here. So it is basically asking us out of all the forms which we have created in our Typeform account, from which form, the form submission data or form response of which particular form we want to receive in Pabbly Connect. So right now in my Typeform account, I have created only one form that is named as registration form. And we will see this same form over here in the drop down. So I want that whenever a user fills this form, fills this registration form, the response of that form submission or form submission data should be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So we will select the same form whose data we want to add in Airtable. So this is the form. And after that, let's click on save and send test request. Now as we click on save and send test request, we can see that it is showing us waiting for response, which means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some details from Typeform submission in Pabbly Connect. So what we have to do, we have to basically make a dummy form submission, a test form submission in this particular form. So we will go to our Typeform account. So this is our form and we will open this form once. Let's open it. Okay, so this is a basic simple registration form which I have created in using Typeform for this video. After that, as you can see, I have already published this form. Let's go to the share section of this form and we will get the share link of this same form which we have created. So here is the share link. Let's copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste this link over here. And now we will see that the form which we have created using Typeform will open in front of us. Now here guys, we have to just make a dummy form submission. So we are going to enter the details of a dummy user, a test user. For example, dummy name. So first name is dummy, last name is name, then the email addresses, for example. This is the dummy email address of the user. Let's enter a dummy mobile number as well. Let's click on OK. And department. So for example, I will add the department as marketing and let's click on submit. So just now guys, using the details of a dummy user, we have made a type form submission, a form submission in the form which we have created using Typeform. Now because we have connected our Typeform account with Pabbly Connect, we will see that this form submission data will also be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So let's go to our workflow. And yes guys, here in Pabbly Connect workflow, we can see that we have received some response. And in this response guys, we will see the same form submission data over here. So we will scroll down, and when we will scroll down, we will see the form submission response or form submission data. So here we have the form submission response. So first let's start with the first name. So where do we have the first name? This is the response of the first name. Dummy was the first name. Name was the last name. Then we will scroll down. This was the email address of the user which we have entered while making the form submission. This is the phone number, and then at last this is the department which we have entered while submitting the form. Which means guys, the form submission data is now successfully got captured inside Pabbly Connect. Now every time a user will fill the form which we have created using Typeform, the details of that form submission will captured inside Pabbly Connect. Now the step 1 of setting up this automation is now successfully completed. Let's move to step 2. And step 2, we have to send this same form submission response to Airtable to maintain the record or to add the data into the record. Now for that, we will scroll down and come to our action window. And here in Choose App, we have to search for Airtable. After selecting Airtable, in action event from the drop-down, we have to select Create Record. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Airtable account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we require an API key of our Airtable account. Now here you must be thinking how we are going to get the API key. Now to get the API key, just go to your Airtable account. This is the database which I have created in Airtable. And on the right side, we can see account option over here. Just hover on and click on this option, profiles picture option, and click on account over here. Now as we click on account, we will reach to this accounts page. Here just scroll down, and here we can find the API key of our Airtable account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after that, just click on save. Now as we click on save, we will see that our Airtable account will automatically get connected with Pabbly Connect. The connection is complete. And after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the base ID. So in the drop down below, we can see a list of all the bases which we have created in our Airtable account can be seen over here. And out of all of these bases, we have to select the base in which we want to basically add this Typeform submission. So the base which I have created to add the Typeform submission response is named as Typeform submission itself. So here in Pabbly Connect from the drop down, we will search for the same base, Typeform submission. After selecting this base ID, it is asking us for the table name. So from the drop down, we can see a list of tables which we have created in that database. So in this database, as you can see, we have only one table named as data received. So that's why here in Pabbly Connect in the drop down, we can see only one table. And we want to add the details in that table, so we will select it. Now after selecting the table name, the next thing it asks us is the first name, last name, email, contact number and department. So basically the columns which we have created of data in our Airtable database, in our Airtable table, the column with same headers can be seen inside Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to add the details which we want to add in the column of first name over here in this first name field, the data which we want to add in this column. So we have to basically add the first name of the user who has submitted the form. And we have received the details like first name, last name and form submission data from Typeform in Pabbly Connect in our trigger window response. So here we have the name. So basically what we have to do, we have to map this response which we have received from Typeform in Pabbly Connect in the action step of Airtable. Now here you must be thinking, what is this mapping? So guys, the process of mapping is very simple. So we will just scroll down, and here we'll come to our first name, action window of Airtable. And here in this field of first name, just click here, and in the drop down, we can see all the responses of form submission, which we have received from Typeform can be seen over here. Just scroll down to these responses, and out of all these responses, we will see the response of form submission. So dummy was the name of the person, so this is the first name of the person. Let's map it. So this is how we map the data in Pabbly Connect workflow from one step to another step. So here we have successfully mapped the first name. Now whatever first name the user will enter by making the form submission, we will receive the form submission data in Pabbly Connect, and then after receiving the data in Pabbly Connect, that same first name entered by user will be added in this field in our Airtable record. Now let's follow the same process of mapping for other steps or other columns as well. So here we will, for last name, we will just click here. From the drop down from the Typeform responses, we will select the response of last name. So here we have the response of last name. This is the response of last name. NAME was the last name. Let's map the email address after this. So we have the response of email address over here. This is the email address. Then after that, let's map the contact number. So from the drop down, let's map the contact number. This is the contact number. Map it. And at last, department. So here from the drop down from Typeform responses, at last we have received the department. This was the department. Let's select it and map it. So in this way, we will basically map the Typeform submission response in our Airtable action step over here in this workflow. And after mapping all of the required data, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. Now as we click on Save and Send Test Request, we can see that we have received a response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the form submission data of Typeform which we have received, is now added in our Airtable database as a new record. So let's check it. We will go to Airtable, and yes guys, we can see that the same user details what we have added in while making the form submission in Airtable in this video is now added in our Airtable database as a new record. Which means the automation, the workflow which you have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now every time we will receive a new form submission in Typeform, automatically the form submission data will be added in our Airtable database as a new record. So after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once. Let's make another form submission in Typeform. And this time the name of the person will be, for example, test name. So this is the name of the person who is filling the form. Let's enter the email address. This is the email address. Let's enter the mobile number. And after that, let's enter the department. For example, production. So this is the department. Click on submit. So just now guys, we have submitted the form which we have created using Typeform after creating this automation. And now because we have created the automation, we will see that this same form submission response will automatically get added in our Airtable database. So let's check it. And yes guys, here you can see that in our Airtable database, the same form submission data, same name, same email, same phone number and same department, same form submission response of Typeform is now added as a new record. Which means we have tested this automation in real time and this automation is working perfectly fine. Now let's get back to Pabbly Connect and understand in brief that what are the steps we followed while setting up this automation. So first we have created a workflow in Pabbly Connect, and in this workflow we have selected Typeform as a trigger application and new entry was our trigger event. Then after that we have connected our Typeform account with Pabbly Connect. Then we made a test form submission, a dummy form submission in the form which we have created using Typeform and received the form submission data in Pabbly Connect workflow. And after that, from Pabbly Connect, from Typeform responses, we have sent the same form submission data using Pabbly Connect to Airtable so that we can create a new record over there. So not just these applications guys, you can basically connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free.
If you need any kind of help or have any queries, you can ask them on forum.pabbly.com and you can check Pabbly Connect's pricing at this link. So if this video was helpful to you, you can like this video, don't forget to share it with others, and to keep getting such content on automation and integration, you can subscribe to Pabbly. Thank you, have a nice day.